What's up, guys? You probably have seen it. I think it was earlier this day that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization released, or at least Konami released, a new legendary Fisherman, Fisherman number 3. You might have already have seen the effect. On first sight, this card seems bonkers, but if you take a closer look, the card definitely has a lot of restrictions, a lot of downsides. So let's take a look. It's level 7. Its attack and defense stats are mediocre. It's decent, 2500 attack, 2000 defense, but its regular effect is that you can special summon it on board by tributing one legendary Fisherman, so the regular Fisherman from pretty much from the beginning of this game, which is already an average monster to begin with, and when your legendary Fisherman number 3 is special summoned, you can banish all monsters your opponent controls. But this card, your number 3 legendary Fisherman number 3, cannot attack this turn, so that's kind of a big restriction already. But yeah, the clear board effect is of course very good. The other effects is that your legendary Fisherman 3 cannot be destroyed by battle or by a card effect, so that's already very big. And it's also unaffected by spells and traps, so no Dark Hole, Mirror Force, Fiendish Chain, or whatever. So that's already very big. And then its last effect is that once per turn you can return all of your opponent's banished cards to the graveyard, and if you do, double the next battle or effect damage your opponent would get this turn. So again, on first sight, the card might seem bonkers. Again, very overpowered, very broken, but again, if we take a closer look, the card does have a few disadvantages. I mean, first of many, you have to run the regular legendary Fisherman in your deck, and let's face it, which deck does run it or can run it effectively? It needs a lot of card spots. You're already dedicating a lot of cards in your main deck to support the legendary Fisherman, like for example Legendary Ocean and something like that, the Monarch Stormfort maybe. There are also gimmicky options like Transmodify, for example, but it's all a bit gimmicky. So that's definitely one of the first downsides of the card. You have to run the legendary Fisherman to get this guy on board. And of course, the second one is that it's very vulnerable to monster effects, since again, the effect states that it's unaffected by spells, traps, so no mass destruction. It cannot be destroyed by battle, but it's still affected by a monster effect. So let's take a look. From the top of my head, Castel, of course, kinda nukes it. BLS, for example, Chaos Sorcerer, Trishula mainly. It's indestructible effect of spells and traps is of course very good. It cannot be destroyed by battle, of course, all very good. But the fact that first of all it's so hard to get on board, since you have to dedicate your deck to it, because you have to run the regular legendary Fisherman, and second, it's very vulnerable to monster effects, and mainly the more generic monster effects, like for example Castel. Or whatever, it's kind of nukes the card. Then again, it's of course fun to playtest the card, to try to build a deck around it and to make it more effective or most effective as possible. There are a few ways. One of them is to combine them with Mermails, Atlantic Mermails. Since again, if you can't get the combo going, it's pretty much a 2-card combo. You need the legendary Fisherman and then tribute it for legendary Fisherman number 3. They kinda can serve a purpose in Mermails. Again, discard them for Abyss Megaloria, so they still serve somewhat a purpose in that deck. So here's an example of a possible duel. This is one of the games I've had today, testing the deck out. Already opened with Legendary Fisherman, normal summon the Atlantean Prince, which is pretty much an upgraded version of GNX Undyne. Sent that Dragoons to the grave, so both trigger. Thanks to Atlantean Prince, I can get a Marksman from my deck to my hand, and Dragoons triggers, so I can search out the one-off Diva. He opens up very well with Bottomless, with Lose a Turn in the end phase, or at least when he tries to go into his end phase. Of course, Abyss Sphere in the end phase, use Spike. And of course Marksman to pop one of his back rows, immediately hit that Lose a Turn, so that's already a very big pick. He of course, he's going to chain the bottomless Strapple, and I can get an Abyss Sphere, pop his Scout, normal summon Diva, again, special summon Atlantean Prince. Prince is going to send that Atlantean infantry to the grave. With Prince, I'm going to search out the Possedra, and pretty much the only reason why you're running Possedra is to make that Child Dragon combo into Leo. So again, a very cool field. Already have that Legendary Fisherman, both the regular one and number 3, the Legendary Fisherman 3 in my hand. So it's kind of cool, but it does have Raigeki to clean the board. I have an Abyss Sphere, but yeah, thanks to Sphere, I can have a possible target attribute for the Legendary Fisherman. So keep calm. I have the Legendary Fisherman, he's in my hand. He's going to wreck number 3, try to pop his entire field of monsters, banish his disc, his trap card. Regulate's not going to save him. Again, it's unaffected by spells and traps. Normal summon my Linda. Try to go attack into his monsters first. Going to activate my Fisherman number. It's a third effect by banishing, or at least all the banished monsters sent back to the graveyard, so I can every time, or at least the next time I do damage, the damage is doubled. So take my chance, attack into his face down monster, and it's, I think, indeed a maxi. And then attack with the Legendary Fisherman, get wrecked, 5k damage, and kinda win this game. But again, it's also situational. I mean, again, if you look at the effect, of course, the Legendary Fisherman 3 has, of course, a very good effect, but is it worth, like, dedicating a lot of cards in your deck to main deck the regular Legendary Fisherman? The Legendary Fisherman number 3 is, and then again, you also have to draw them both at once. You can be gimmicky, run stuff like Transmodify, Reasoning, more draw power, like Pot of Duality, Upstart. And protect your Fisherman against cards like Breakthrough, with cards like Breakthrough Skill, Effect Failure, Fiendish Chain, or of course cards to protect against Trishula, Castel, Shadal Construct, BLS. But again, if you can conclude, it's probably, for now, if Konami is not releasing more support in the form of Fisherman support or Fish support or whatever, it's probably not going to see any play, probably more casual play than competitive play. So guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.